Hi keyboard fans, I'm the PC Expert Amateur and we're going to take a look at the Bluefinger K98 wired gaming keyboard. And there is also a wireless version. So I showed you the instructions. They also include the instructions on the other side for the wireless version, which I'm not showing you because I don't have the wireless version. It's a little bit more complete, but at the same time, it's wireless. I don't like wireless stuff because the batteries wear down at inconvenient times. But that's just me. You do you, okay? Well, anyways, that's the box. It comes with its own USB-A to USB-C cable. And I believe there's other colors than just this one. And you may have noticed something interesting about this keyboard. Now, let me put it closer to the camera so you can see. What do you notice that's different about this keyboard, aside from this? Now is it becoming clear? Yes, for some strange reason, this company decided it would be a good idea to put the lettering laser cut on the fronts of the keys instead of the top where they normally go. Additionally, any special functions that keys have are not marked on these keys. So the keys that control, say, the lighting and that sort of thing, volume, screen brightness, my favorite, the calculator, none of that, no media keys, nothing are shown here. Now, if you want to know which keys do what with the function button, you have to look at the manual, because that's the only place it shows it. I want to explain something. I just came off of a mechanical keyboard. It's a good keyboard, don't get me wrong. But I started touching this and typing, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I hadn't paid attention to the keycaps because I'm a touch typist. And it felt so nice. It felt luxurious because it wasn't so rigid. It wasn't like something that is too easily triggered, but at the same time, it felt soft, even though the keys are not soft. As far as sound, they're not too bad. They're not bad at all. I'm a little bit confused about the mouse. Now you'll notice there is no mouse. So I'm wondering what they would have done with the mouse. It'd be interesting to know that. But I was typing on this and I really enjoyed it. And then I wanted to pause my music. So I was looking, I was like, oh, okay. I went from like looking at it straight on to seeing that the lettering was on the sides, and I was like, okay, it's got to be around here somewhere. But no, it's not shown at all. I also noticed that keys like home and end are missing, and a couple of other ones. They scaled it down. So we've got page up, page down, insert, delete, and the arrow keys and all the other keys they did away with. No print screen, no scroll lock. It does have lights over here for numeric lock, caps lock, and also one more, and I'm not really sure what that would be for since there is no scroll lock. Now, I was really also happy that there was a knob for controlling volume. It also controls the lights. The mode and the brightness can all be handled with this. Now you switch between volume and lights by using function and pushing on that thing like a button, and it'll blink 3 times. The lights here will blink 3 times. Brink. I'm not on the brink of anything except for frustration with the stupidity of this design. Because functionally speaking, if you don't have to use your eyes, it feels very nice. But realistically, if you have to do a lot of editing, it's awkward that home and end are missing. It's also awkward that functions that you're going to be using probably on a regular basis, like media keys, are concealed from your knowledge unless you memorize this. I don't want to have to memorize that way. I want to memorize by doing. Oh, it's function F8. Okay, pause. That's great. And I thought for a moment, I thought, well, I've got some keycap sets, a couple of them. I could possibly use one of those and replace these crappy keycaps. That's assuming, of course, that it's got the same kind of post. But then I thought, well, what if the places where they've put the functionalities that are not shown here are not on the keycap sets that I've got? I'm certainly not going to go buy a custom-made keycap set just because I like this keyboard. It also is heavier than average for reasons I don't pretend to understand. Oh, before I forget, on the back it does have 2 rubber feet, and they also have 2 more rubber feet here. And then I do like the legs. They have the short legs with rubber on them, and they have the long legs with rubber on them too. So that's nice. Of course, when you have your keyboard on an angle, it's less likely that you're going to be able to read the letters if you're not a touch typist or if you can't find what you're looking for. And I discovered that some of the colors that are possible on this keyboard are horrible because they, instead of really making it easy to read, make it harder to read some of the lettering. I guess the way that would be best to show you what I mean is to demonstrate. Looks pretty normal, right? And now you can see that there's a problem. You have to get it at the right angle so you can actually see all of them correctly. And I don't really care for this particular color. It just doesn't, I mean, it's okay. I mean, but there are other colors that are much more interesting. That's the brightness. And we can go to a different color by clicking. And it's off. And then we've got the rainbow variations. Okay, so with red, when I look at it just through the camera like this, the ones on the top here are really easy to read. But with the light coming through, they become difficult to read. So let's try. Now that one is better. Some of the colors, the brighter the color is, like that color, makes it a lot easier to read the lettering than some of the other colors, unfortunately. Now, like I said, you can use this for volume. So you hold down function, which, it's over here. And then you press, and they blink, and now you're doing volume. See? Nothing I am doing here is affecting anything that you can see anyways. I can see it on my screen, though. And we'll go back to lighting. Again, the triple blink. So perhaps you can understand my vexation. It does come with a nice modern Velcro strap for the cable. If the manufacturer were to give me a proper keycap set, I'd be more than happy to use this. But with the current keycap set, no. And unless this is really something that works well for you, I really don't want to recommend this unless you want to find a keycap set that works with this keyboard, which is really frustrating. You know, you fall in love with something and then it breaks your heart. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you can please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can't afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel. or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.